Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz, July 18, 2016, 4:41 a.m. in Birmingham. Topic, just what's going on. All the murders of the police that are out there doing us a service. But yet, it's all hell is broken loose. And again, Obama won't rein in his cronies. That monkey's on his back. But I'm going to give you an example of what my daughter and some of her best friends are talking about without giving their names. I've told my boys, when she said my boys, she's talking about the entire fire department throughout the whole city. She's administrator to the fire department within the city, and that's a wide area. Also administrator to the chief, and she also is the head advanced life support medic. And on top of that, she's an ex-police officer from the city of Vestavia here outside of Birmingham. And I was police officer Mount Brook and carry a badge for two counties, Jefferson and St. Clair, today. And my daughter also carries a Jefferson County deputy badge as well. Point is, I've told my boys to carry on, and that the rest of the blue bloods or us blue bloods may not be on the job, but we had their backs. It is so very sad, but my black friends, in seeing what is going on, aren't happy. I think smart blacks are seeing how they have been deceived. Us women are forging a bond. I do not really know how to describe it. We are very tentatively coming together as sisters. It feels like the beginning of something major. I've mentioned this, guys. Is that biblical at all? And the answer to that is yes, it is. And then I won't call the name, SW. She's works at a hospital. She works over the newly borns that have problems, children, babies. But she kind of cracked today. She called out on FB, Facebook, to air out some things, trying to get people to support 110% their cops and do whatever it takes to have another eye out for them. And everyone, please do that. I know that Oath Keepers is going to do it, and I know that you have so many other that can come out of the woodwork that quick. And I have something else to tell you in a moment at the end of this. But she cracked. I mean, the heaviness on her heart just sunk. And I see more and more sisters doing this, black and white. And we are reaching for each other for comfort. B, her good friend in Atlanta, is beyond herself, almost a breaking point. And another friend, I'll just give you the initial, J, is breaking. I feel like women need to come together and do what women do. Nurture this land and heal the bonds between us. Women instinctively do this. They know the way of the peaceful warrior. And by the way, they know the way of the peaceful warrior straight out of the Cherokee Indian nation's mouth. That's exactly what they say when they have a very large obstacle or problem in their way. Look, this is just a tiny bit of what's going on in our country. And it's much worse than this in other countries. But what's going on here is a man-made creation that has killed a lot of people. One man, Obama. I'll never stop saying that name. It is the truth. Obama is the man behind the death of several police officers, not only right here in Alabama, but other places. As if Obama didn't know that they had radios like Sirius. Well, as I said 4 blogs back, prepare for something big. That's not changed. We're just leading up to it. And also, the blogs I've done, I've not gone overboard. I've not said anything that hadn't been said already on Fox. I've not exceeded anything there. I just want to tell you that. The only thing that I said that no one else have, even till today, is that when Turkish airline had Erdogan in the sky circling Istanbul, and down here there's a coup going on, that's false. That's a flat out lie. A coup. That flight with him on it would have been 2,000 miles away. At the moment, he has at least enough commonality with Russia that if he needed to go there and bed down for a while, he's got that open door to do so, and anywhere around the Black Sea. And but right now, here I am talking about Turkey. What's about to happen there? Syria, what's about to happen there? And here now, someone else come up with a plan. They said it's going to work, and when they get it together, but what they failed to do is say, well, they said we're going to use Damascus. You know, why waste a good city? We're going to use Damascus. If you do, then you won't last long. Damascus will be a ruinous heap. And instead of it being a ruinous heap, in about 3 or 4 or maybe 5 years down the road, it will be a ruinous heap within 2 years or less. So bad that it will never be inhabited again. Just want to pass that along. The people that's creating these problems, every one of them are born of the Illuminati. They are the ones behind everything that's taking place because Donald Trump is not the Illuminati man. He is God's man. The Illuminati, they can do a lot about everything, but they can't do nothing about what God does. So they're trying other tactics and other doorways to come in from another side door or a rear door, which is not going to matter, because when God sets a plan in place, it's in place and it goes until it ends. Nothing stops it. He's not sitting there with millions of angels on either side making sure it gets to its point, and he's sitting somewhere having a cup of warm coffee on a cloud watching the mess. No, when he puts something in play, it's in play. It's done. Everything is in order. And I don't mean people. Everything is in order. It knows where to go, when to go, how to go, and it knows who it is to obey. This is the leaders that are coming in, and that is here in America. So guys, we have a problem. As I said, Houston, Houston, we've got a major malfunction. Well, America, in the Middle East, in the European countries, guys, we have a major malfunction. But everyone, pull it together the best you can. Get on your knees. 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 14. Read it. And if you want something that will kind of add you and make you know that you are in a time that we're talking about, read Luke chapter 12, verse 53. We're there. Things are upon us today, and it's going to get much, much worse. And I don't mean just killing a few more cops. It's going to far exceed that. And all I can tell you is go to the Lord in prayer. Do that, and you will be protected. You will have living, big ass angels walking with you. Excuse my French. And they are wearing battle armor. 2 or 3 times over the last 6,000-7,000 years, they were allowed to show themselves. Gideon camped around an army of 300,000. He had something like 25,000. God told him, said, okay, you and get your men, and I want you to go down to the water tomorrow, because it's the next night that they're going to meet there and battle the Gideons, or battle those that Gideon's going to battle. So they went down, and Gideon kept saying, God, we don't have enough men. He said, just take your men down to the watering hole and watch your men. You assign certain people to watch the men. Don't say anything to them. Watch them and observe how they drink water. He carried all those people down, like 50,000 or so. And God said, what did you see? He said, we saw about 80% of those putting their head in the water and staying down until they were finished with their water, and then they came up. He said, we did see a number, and the number in total was about 300. They reached down and took water in their hands and drank it that way. Drank it while they're looking all around them. Finish it, go in and do the same. The ones burying their faces in the water, they can't possibly do that and watch a ridge or a rim of that mountain if anybody's watching them or coming at them. So God told Gideon, keep that 300 and send the rest of them home. So he took the 300. And then God told him, said, tell the 300 that we would like for them to go and help us take out the army. But you don't have to, if you don't want to leave your family, or if you're afraid to leave your family, just say the word and you can go home now. And they did. 200 went home. Now you got 100 left. And God said, that's perfect. Perfect number. That's all we need is 100 men. And Gideon said, God, are you crazy? God said, Gideon, get your men. Get 100 of them. Get you each a clay pot, and you put fire in that clay pot, and you get you a trumpet, and I've got one They have 2 or 3 different ones, but this is the one on the battlefield right here. That's the trumpet for the battlefield. So get your trumpet, and every man will carry their water. They'll carry their water made out of, the pottery that carries water. Fill it up with water. Have your horn on your side. And when I give the word, you camp around the 300,000 in the valley, but you space out this distance. When I give the word, all of you, you start blowing your horns, and then you start beating the clay pots until they explode in your hands. When they started blowing the horns, keep in mind, a blowing horn in those days meant a mighty army was coming full speed. The exploding pots made the appearance that each pot that exploded, there had to be 100,000 men behind it. These men in the valley, where Gideon was overlooking from all circles, all the way around it, where they were looking into the valley, watched through the dark and through the light slowly lifting, watched every single man in that valley killed each other. Every single man died. Not one lived. But they were also offspring. They had the mixed DNA that had carried forward through them. We are to trust God today just as Gideon did in his day. And you do that, and you can be rest assured that your way will be led. Your words, he'll speak for you. Your thoughts, he will give them to you. At the right time and the right place, you'll have something to say or some input. Just listen. Here on out, listen, and let God tell you what to do. Our day's coming, man. And with the problems going on around this world, it's going to be soon. Really soon. Jody Wolf Expoz.